Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I am the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
Let's hunt something. You can hunt.
Oh, have you hunted me? You're being hunted.
Welcome back to another curated top 10 for the 15th of September 2018. Let's get into the hunts for today. The first one up is this Soulless Shirt by this lady, Pauline van Dongen. Dongen? I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's from the Netherlands. Most innovative design in our wearable solar collection. This was back in 2015 at South by Southwest, supposedly. So they've obviously probably moved this a lot further along. So it's kind of interesting because what they've done is put these really thin film solar cells all over it to make it kind of like designerish. But collectively, with all that together, it creates 1 watt of electricity. And bear in mind, this is a couple of years back now. Enough to typically to charge a typical phone in a few hours. Shirts can charge smartphones, MP3 players, cameras, GPS, and other USB compatible handheld or portable devices. It was always something. I had a jacket, a Nomad jacket, designed back in, I would say, probably 2012, 2013. The material was too heavy, it got too hot, but I had everything on it that I needed. And it was around that time that I was looking around for flexible solar cells, but I didn't know that you can get them kind of that thin. So I think the times of jackets and tops and clothing, things that you're wearing a lot while you're traveling, traversing through the world, that you can actually be charging things, maybe even thermal, kind of like a body heat thing. I think those are coming, and they're coming quick. Next up, the Shemin, this Russian beast of a car. Look at this thing. Well, it's not a car, is it really? It's like a MPV on crack cocaine. Shemin is a Russian ATV equipped with low pressure tires, a perfect vehicle that makes off-roading more comfortable than ever. I mean, you're kind of screwed if this thing is coming straight towards you, because you're not going to get, it doesn't look like it's got any room for discussion about bullets or anything. It looks like you could fire a whole ton of stuff at this and you won't be able to stop it. And yet inside it looks an absolute like beast as well. I mean, you could just rip out all of those seats. I think it's supposed to be a 6 or 7 seater. It's got like 8 wheels on it, hasn't it? It's got 4 each side. It's crazy. It looks like it can go through a certain amount of water. And I'd just rip out all those seats. It looks like it's even got air conditioning at the top there, which is kind of cool. I'd rip out all those seats and make it almost like a wow, look at that. Look at the base on this thing. Wow, that's pretty incredible. The Russians, man, I'm telling you, these guys know what they're doing. In order to get over water obstacles, Shemin can be equipped with a screw propeller, enhancing its naval speed up to 4.3 miles per hour. The vehicle has a pneumatic boat-formed frame armed with high-performance water pumps, pumping up to 200 litres per minute that removes water from the frame. Special flaps provide emergent water drops if convenient. Amphibious vehicles are ideal for extreme weather conditions. Just the design of that whole like subframe there, with the winch on the front and the engine at the front there, then the 4 axles going out. I mean, it just looks such a well-designed platform that it's built on. And then this front bit looks like something out of Turbo Kid. I mean, if you're gonna have a vehicle for the end of the world, it might as well be Russian, right? What a beast of a car. I'd love to know how much these things are. I bet they're like $250,000 or something. Gorgeous, stunning. Look at that thing. Wow, 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 wow. Digging it. Oh, I've just shut it down. I just shut the other one down. H2O. I'm gonna have to do a search for it. My bad. My bad. It is the H2O. H2O and Go. I've got the link here. One second. This is why I do all the links beforehand. It's just a lot easier to do. Reminds me, I've made my second cup of coffee here. Let's get into it. Alright, this is the H2 and Go. A solar powered water butt kind of thing by the looks of it. Together we can water the world with H2Go, a solar powered portable running water source. Started as a solution to water plants on 5 acres quickly and efficiently. Our first crude prototype worked great for 4 years, still working today. The simple solution to a simple problem, inspired by the concept for H2Go, a huge solution to a water problem in our world: clean water. Hygiene will help prevent the spread of disease. No electric needed for shower, sink and drinking. Access to clean running water is possible anywhere with solar powered, self-contained and portable. I mean, as far as a device looks, I think it's a super smart idea, especially we've just gone through like some pretty insane weather systems, especially stateside and in the Philippines. Anything like this that you can bring into an area and help assist bring clean drinking water that you know is clean, and with wheels on the bottom of it as well. It's kind of a smart idea. I've not seen anything that brings together those three things in that way, you know, drinking, washing, showering. It's kind of cool. I'm sure there's a need for that in the world. All right, let's shut these two down. Got some browser slowness. All good. All right, maps.me is the next one. Mobile offline maps search for millions of objects around the world. It's very rare that you get a piece of software that allows you to download a offline version, a complete offline version of maps. So if you are very much in prepper headspace where you're downloading lots of offline manuals and tutorials and audio books and things like that onto a dedicated standalone phone, then maybe maps.me would be a useful piece of software as well. Vegan amino for veganism. Find and share the best vegan stuff. Discover everything vegan. Flaunt your veganism. Vote for your favorites. Join the fastest growing vegan community. Meet other vegans. Get the best recipes and latest news. If you're looking to cut out dairy, looking to cut out meat, looking to maybe eat more of a plant-based lifestyle, I'd highly recommend looking into some of these vegan applications. Alright, next up is the Solar Squared, a glass block that generates electricity using solar energy. The only thing that I was concerned about with this product is that normally when you have a glass tile, you kind of have the normal natural light leak through. So I'm kind of intrigued to see how this works. It looks like that you have like a magnified area which then zooms down onto, I presume, like a solar panel collector, right? Solar Squared facade lifetime costs are lower than the equivalent glass block thanks to the benefit of free electricity generation. I kind of like the idea that if you make a kind of underground house or maybe like a shipping container and you sink it so it's cool, you could have like the bottom unit to have just jut out from the ground a little bit. You could have it as like a cooling area, but then also at a certain point of the day you would get the sun hit the top of that solar panel and then charge all of your like battery banks and things as well down there. I think these things are going to revolutionize the building trade. Next up is hackclub.com. hackclub.com. High school coding clubs by the students for the students. 221 schools, 35 states, 15 countries. Non-profit network of computer science clubs where members learn to code through tinkering and building projects. Look, kids need way more than just information about technology. They actually need to be low-level messing around with this technology, you know. They need to be playing around with stuff and breaking stuff because they're going into a world where other people are doing that every single day. Alright, last three today. Vectrex VT1 tall wheel electric scooter. Equivalent of a 125cc with 16-inch wheels, being designed to address both consumer, urban commuting and fleet needs for parcel cargo. Like, where are these already? These should be on the road now. I want this situation now. 2019 seems like such a way away. Top speed of 100 kilometers, 62 mile an hour, which is more than enough for what I'd need. I'm not bothered about 0 to whatever time. Range of 160 kilometers, 100 miles. That's what I'm talking about. Recharge time of 2 hours if equipped with a 20 amp charger and advanced lithium ion removable battery system. Easy enough to use and cheap enough to charge up as well. Next up is the ground fridge. Presents this guy is built out this ground fridge, which is kind of like a big bubble with a plastic stairwell on it, and you just sink this thing into the ground, and obviously the ground temperature is what actually does the cooling. There's no additional power that you need to it. You don't need to hook up like solar panels or anything like that. It uses the ground's usual insulating effects to cool stuff. So it brings it, remains stable throughout the year between 10 and 12 degrees. The ideal temperature for the storage of, for example, fruit, vegetables, wine and cheese. I can imagine going out there in the middle of the night and grabbing some cheese and wine from my eco-cooled little hole in the ground. Finally today is the game house. Let me load this up. Obviously it didn't refresh it. Oh no, broke it. Oh, broke it. Yeah. So this game is a game of for planes. I'm trying to think of the name of it now. Air Hostess Game. Right. I had to throw this in here as the last one because I kind of thought it was kind of hilarious. Right. There is a game for going through the motions as an air hostess, and what makes me laugh about these game companies is that they come out with one particular game style and then they just cookie cutter it for different kinds of niche things that your average person, your average family person would go through. So this one is the one that I'm on about. Amber's airline, high hopes. Aspiring flight attendant as she tackles the turbulence of her job and her life. Will her dreams take off or will they crash and burn? And they've like duplicated this for everything you can think of. A salon, wedding disaster, Amy's pet clinic. These guys are minting it, and they've just probably built one engine, and then duplicated it for other things. Very clever, very smart way of putting apps on the App Store. That's it for me today. If you've not seen the website before, this is what it looks like as of September 2018. All the hunts are on the right hand side. When you click through, it appears on the left. Hit the white button, takes you through to the hunt. If you want to add your own to Steemhunt, you just click on the plus button, add in a title, put in 1,000 characters of text, put in some tags, add some pictures to it, maybe animated GIFs up to 5 meg, and then hit on publish. It goes to Steam blockchain under your account, but it also goes onto the Steemhunt website. That's it for me today. I will catch up with you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Take care.
Prepare the path of a steam.
Smell of steam.
Stomnassie, wat is een stomnassie?
Stillmachine.
Why shouldn't a guy let off a little steam?
The steam.